Good morning, good morning. Ooh, there I go being 30 minutes late again. There I go. But it's cause I didn't sleep last night. Good morning, James Love. Good morning, those in the clouds right now. Good morning to you. I hope you're having a good morning. Um, Literally, my puppy that I adopted pretty much is got to get fixed. She is trying to go through her first heat, so they're running around like little crazies, and I'm half out of it right now. I was sleepy, very sleepy. Yeah, she come in here and told me, babe, that she got her stuff and she was a good girl and she wagged her little nub nub and she was doing the wiggle wiggles and she's laid down beside me now, but she had to get her kisses and Boomy's laying down actually being good and so is Brew. I don't know where I don't know where little girl's at. But they're being good boys right now. So that's all that matters. Maybe he'll lay down and rest his little leg. My fat one, my short fat one, hurt his leg somehow or another, which he does very easy because of his weight and his size. Because he's short and he's big, if he jumps off something the wrong way, he's always injuring his legs, which I know eventually it's going to lead to him probably having like arthritis when he gets older. Um, because, you got to imagine he's like 60. I'm talking about the dog. Because he's like 60, he's somewhere around 40 or 50 pounds, being as short as he is, and his little legs and whatnot had to carry that weight. And he's not overweight by any stretch of the imagination. That's just the size he is. Because he is part feist, which are short fat feist. His mom was a short fat feist, and his dad was a pit bull. So he has that like size on him, but he's short and almost like basset hound size, but I would say a little bit thicker than a basset hound. Like a little bit thicker than a basset hound, a little bit taller than a basset hound. Not by much, but I would say he's just a little bit. Yeah, he's a stocky boy. He's a little bit bigger than a basset hound, pretty much. Because there's two different kind of feist out there. You have the little small one, which is like Bruiser, and then you have the short fat ones, and which is what Boomer, which Bruiser technically is Boomer's great nephew. So my neighbor down the street and my neighbor across the street, what had happened was, is that Boomer's brother's child had a baby with a neighbor down the street's wire-haired Yorkie Terrier, and that's how poor little Brew got here. Brew is like five different mixes at once, but he is super adorable, um, and I love his little self. He's my baby. He's a cutie. Um, Sometimes he talks too much and he's boisterous, but when I got Boomer don't talk much. If Boomer's like the quietest dog you have ever met in your life. Like if you hear him bark, you're like, "Oh my god, he barked." And usually he only barks if somebody's outside or something startles him, right? Other than that, he don't bark. He don't make no noises when he plays, hardly. And the only other time you hear any noise out of him is when he growls because he's being a grumpy old man. Um, and if you say you're going to take him to the vet or get medicine for him, he'll growl at you. Um, I'm gonna say this. I believe if we took him to the vet, they would have to put him. They would have to give him a knockout drug to do anything to him. Um, he's not about that life. He don't like stuff like that. And he is who he is. He's got his little attitude, but he's the sweetest pup. Also at the same time, and when you earn his love, it feels so much more. You know, so much more because of that. And Bailey's my lazy girl, my sweet baby, my sugar girl. And Brucey, he is ADHD puppy to the extreme. And I believe Duchess is right now still ADHD puppy to an extreme. But it's also because she's still a puppy. We'll have to wait and see, um, how she's how her personality is going to flourish the older she gets. Because what I've noticed about puppy doggies is that when they're little, their personality can be one way, and when they get older, their personality changes a little bit. So sometimes when they're young, they're really like peppy and all this other stuff. And then sometimes they get lazy when they get older. Sometimes they can be a really lazy puppy and then be a very energetic dog. So I've had that happen too. So I don't know if her personality is going to change, but right now she's ADHD. She wants to play. She wants to go everywhere. She's runs around all the time, high energy. Of course, that she is a golden retriever mixed with a husky. That's to be expected. She does talk like the huskies do, though. She'll look at you if she's trying to say something to you, and she'll go rah rah, like she'll go rah 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 rah. Like she's saying words and stuff. It's super adorable. Um, and I've never heard Bailey ever growl ever in her life. I've heard her do. She does the rah 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 rah, like most boxers do, but I've never heard her growl ever. I think if I ever heard her growl, I'd go what? So I've never heard her growl. She's the sweetest baby though. Um, Brucey just learned his growl when he plays. Like when you play tug of war with him, he just learned how to growl. It's the cutest thing though. He sounds like so cute when he growls. It's like the cutest little thing. He just learned his growl like this year. He just learned how to do it. Um, how to do the when you're playing tug of war. He just learned how to do his growl. It's the dose. It's most adorable little growl too because he's so tiny. But I've never heard Bailey growl. Um, I don't think Duchess has growled yet or learnt her growl. She talks and she goes rah 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 rah. But I haven't heard her growl yet either. Um, Boomy growls when he gets grumpy. He's a grumpy old man. I'm just telling you. If you wake him up too early and he's ready for sleep, and he'll look at you go like he talks crap under his breath kind of situation. But I've only heard him bark a handful of times. Um, he only barks every once in a while, and now I'm getting him to where he's not scared of his voice, and I get him to howl. And when he howls, he sounds like he is the biggest, baddest dog. And then you look at him, he's so little, but he sounds like he's this huge, like Cane Corso dog. But then you're like, you mean all that came out of that little bitty dog? I'm like, yeah, yeah, it did. It sure did. He's my sweet boy though. And I love his little self. I really do. Let's see if I can find a picture of Boomy. I don't know if I have. I have the one with all of them in it. I think. Oh no, here's one. I don't know which one this one is. Oh yeah, that was Boom Boom asleep on my leg the other day. He was dead asleep. It was a couple days ago. A couple weeks ago, I think we get pictures like this all the time of Boom Boom. But he was dead asleep, just sleeping so good. Um, he's a sweet boy, really is. I always make the joke that Boomer is Scooby Doo and Bruiser is Scrappy because Bruiser thinks like he is the biggest baddest dog and he is so little. He is so little. I don't think I have a picture of Bruiser by himself, but I think I have one with Bailey in him. I just have to find it. I have one on here somewhere of Bailey in him. Let me see if I can find it. Also, I found the cutest. Uh, Let me see. Let's see if I can find it because I know I have it on here somewhere. See, did I download it in pictures? No. Okay. Let's go up a little. Hmm. I don't know. Oh, I just found the cutest little thing. Oh, look, there's all three of them. I have a picture of all three of them right here. But I was trying to find, so it's got to be right here. I have this one right here. Um, that one to the right is Boomy. You see how short he is and big he is, and Bruisy's to the left, and then Bailey's in the center. Bruisy's a little bitty thing. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna make. Hey, Mr. Buster. Good morning. I'm gonna make because I know I have it as an edit avatar picture. Um, I have Bailey and Brew Brew right here. Brew Brew's little, but he is super adorable. He is a sweetheart. Then I have my Bailey butt. Yeah, I ended up making them profile pictures, so when I want to change my profile picture to puppies, I can. And Duchess has grown so much. She went from being like a little thing to now she's getting big, super quick actually. And that's all three of them together. Bailey's giving the eternal side eye of a boxer. Boomy's got his head, he's behind and laying down on top of Brew, and Brew's right there. They're so cute. I love my animals. Truly do. I truly love my animals. They're super adorable. I love my animals. They're just super cute. I love the pictures that you send me, Mr. Buster, when you send me the pictures of your puppy dog. She's so cute. She's super adorable. I love all animals, but our animals just the most precious, precious little things. Also, your puppy for what do you call that? 4th of July. Super adorable, Mr. Buster. And I like your new ride too. I'm just saying. That car's so pretty. I gotta show my husband that. He's gonna be like, what? Y'all men in y'all's cars. Y'all know y'all love y'all's cars. Yes, she's so cute. I gotta put it on up right quick. Hold on, I'll put it up right quick so people can see Millie and her beauty. Let me save that photo right quick. Okay. And then let me go over here and we're gonna show and present screen image file. And we're gonna show cute Millie. Look at all this adorableness. Look at her looking like she just looking up like she's so proud and like she's ready to sing the national anthem right now. You know, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we have? It looks like she's ready. She's just ready to sing it. She's just ready to get her done. Like I could just see her singing the Fourth of July. Ah, rah, 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 rah. Super adorable. She's so cute. We got to show off Millie and all her beauty. Look at the cute little tongue out and stuff like that. And see, here's the thing: Duchess is going to be a lot like her, but because she's full blooded, where Duchess got a little mix in her. Duchess has a little bit of mix in her. You can tell by looking at her. Let me see. Where's Dutch? Dutch has a little bit of mix in her, so but she's still a puppy right now too. Like she's only about 6 months old, so she's still young. But she has a little bit of mix in her. And you can see it when you look right here at her, um, her like her head part where the you know. But I think she has I think she has a little bit of husky in her. But you see, she is a golden. You can tell by looking at her. She just got a little bit of mix in her. But she takes more after the golden than anything. She is. She's a baby. She's a little baby. Right now, she's a smaller version of beautiful Millie because she's so young. But she's just a precious little thing, and I just love animals. Like I just do. I love all animals, and if I could save them all from hardship and bad things, I would. If I was a gazillionaire, I would own me an animal farm and I would save all animals and I would have me a LLC nonprofit organization to save animals because they're precious. They're little precious cherubs. They're all so cute. I love animals. I do. I love the animals. Okay, let me check. Let me check. Let me refresh. Refresh. Oh my god. Y'all gotta see how cute Millie is. Okay, hold on. Y'all gotta see this. She's so adorable. Oh, wrong thing. Present screen. Image file. Oh my god, y'all gotta see this. And my Duchess does the paw thing. Does she pop you with the paw a lot when you're playing? Like she'll just sling her paw on you. Duchess does that when she wants to play. She'll do the paw thing. Oh my god, look at her with her little hat. She got all the bling bling on, y'all. She got all the bling bling on. Look at her with her bling bling. Ain't she so cute? Look at that little hat. Look at her little hat. She got her little banner on. She got her little. Look at her. Hey, she's so cute. I mean, just adorable. I love that she's got her little hat on, her little bling bling, and she's got her little tongue out. She's doing the paw thing because mine does the paw thing. Yeah, that's what Duchess does. She'll take her little paw and she'll put it on your hand and do it that way. And then when she sleeps, she'll take her paw and put it on her eyes. Like she'll take her paw and put it over top of her eyes. It's the cutest thing. It's the cutest thing when she does that. She does the paw paw on the eye. It's so cute. I just love beautiful animals. I think animals are amazing. I love it when Duchess does that when she's sleeping. She'll be on her back and she'll just be fell out on her back and she'll take her little paw and put it over her eyes like she don't like the light getting in her face. It's super adorable. Boomer and Bailey like to hide their head in like my back or my arm or when the light like because I have a lot of windows in my house, even though they have shades and blinds and things. Um, and I have my light, like I have light on in my room at all times sometimes, and they get mad at the light being on, and so they'll like hide their faces. It's so cute. I love when they hide their faces. Super adorable. If y'all see Mr. William on the streets today, tell him that I want to make sure he's okay. Somebody said yesterday he was upset about something or another. So, Mr. William, if you're in the clouds or anywhere or anything, please drop down and just let me know you're okay. I don't like when people are upset, and I really care. I had to get my coffee drink on, y'all. Drinking my coffee because it's so delicious. Um, there's not really a lot going on too much. I mean, um, you know, there's stuff going on in every sector all the time. There's always drama, some kind of drama, right? It don't matter what sector of YouTube you're in or have been in. But to me, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes the drama is just like, I don't want to deal with you right now, especially early in the morning. Like early. I don't know how people wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning ready to fight. I ain't got time for all that. I just don't. I love animals though. They're super adorable. And they all know that they're just pitiful and cute. I just love them. They don't do anything wrong. They're just precious little cherubs. Mine are laying down right now. I'm super proud of that because they've been little heathens all night long. Now, here's the messed up part. My animals kept me up all night last night, but now they asleep. They kept me awake all night last night. I probably got 2 hours of sleep, but now they asleep. Now they sleeping good, and I can't go back to bed. Ain't that some boo mess? That's some boo mess right there. Trying to see what news you can use and what we got going on, um, in the world today. Um, it's saying it's more than 170 flood victims now. More than 170. It went up. So the count has went up. Um, and whatnot. It's just crazy to look at also some of those pictures from Texas flooding and see the damage that happened. It's a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it in the retrospect, I'm gonna present screen. We're gonna share. There's this thing I just saw. I wanted to listen to it, so I thought y'all might want to listen to it also. Let me turn the volume up.
With her family just 1 mile away from the deadly Guadalupe River floods when they found themselves in the path of disaster. Lucretia Bates said she noticed the river rising and decided to evacuate despite no alerts or warnings.
There were other people still trying to go tubing down the river that morning as we were packing up, and it was pouring.
Even though the river had risen that much and people were
Yes.
being told, you know what, it might be time to go, there were
Yes.
others that were getting in tubes to ride the river down.
Yes. Yes. And I just couldn't believe it. And so, I just thought to myself, and I began to kind of look up, what had happened. And that's when I found out that, it was very catastrophic. As we were checking out, my husband told the office, like, hey, we're checking out. We were supposed to stay an extra night. He said, we're gonna go. And so she said, okay, we're thinking about evacuating. I was just kind of like, wow. But by the time we got to the gas station to gas up, we heard the sirens go off.
That's another thing about the situation that bothers me is why didn't they evacuate all those summer camps and all those people before it got to this point? If they knew they had 30, 40 inches of rain that could flood the river, why didn't they evacuate and do this before it became to what it did? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you're in a flood zone, and they knew a lot of those places were in a flood zone right off the river, right? Why didn't they evacuate? Why did they let it get to that point and so many lives lost? If I was a parent and those were one of my children, I would be questioning why they didn't evacuate before. Like, why didn't the Weather Channel, someone, something like it makes me wonder why they didn't, like, knowing the amount of torrential rain that was happening in the area, why they didn't evacuate way beforehand. Hey, very Carrie Love, good morning, Gamecock Jenny. Like, my question is, why didn't they evacuate a lot of these summer camps and a lot of these places Hey, Mr. Rubin, good morning. Like, that's the only question I have in this, because if you know, like, you know that a river has had 30, 40 inches of rain, right? If you know an area has 30, 40 inches, and you know where the river's going, the river don't change direction, right? The river's going to stay in the same direction. Why not everything down the path of those big rivers and those big things? Why not have, like, that's something we're behind on in America, is flood warnings, and getting people evacuated. Oh, this was a freak event, I will say that. But what I'm saying is, think about it like that. Think about, we don't have the warnings good enough yet. Like, we have warnings for tornadoes, right? We have warnings for natural disasters of certain things, right? Um when it comes to 30, 40 inches of rain, they should have had a flood warning, like an evacuation process, of this can happen. And it's kind of like, okay, let me tell y'all something that happened here. In We had an F5 tornado that hit, um, Smithville, Mississippi, and in Smithville, the sirens went off all day long, so people ignored the sirens, because they had been going off all day, right? And a lot of lives were lost that day. I know we get like flood warnings and watches, but to know that you're in a flood zone, I think that's another thing. Like, if you know you're in a flood zone, evacuate a week beforehand. Even if it's not going to happen, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? Because I think that's what ends up happening, is a lot of people believe it's not going to happen. Um, it's not going to happen, and then it happens. Like, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, those sirens going off all day for Smithville made them think there wasn't a tornado when there was. And I don't know if did y'all have an evacuation in order? Like, did they say it was imperative for anybody in a flood zone to evacuate? Or did those people not even know they were in a flood zone? That's another thing. Like, they may have not even known. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, we all see, like, we've had flood watches here, right? We've had a lot of flood watches here. I'm in Mississippi, so we have them all the time, right? And a lot of us, it's crazy to say this, but I don't say it. A lot of us ignore it. We do. Think about it. We're like, oh, it's not going to get that bad. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what led to the catastrophe, is that a lot of people didn't think it was going to get that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when those sirens went off and people didn't think it was a real thing, and a lot of lives were lost that day, and a lot of people wasn't in their safe zones. It's like also when we all watch the tornado warnings, sometimes we ignore them, like, oh, it's not going to hit us. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for those families that lost those children. I feel so bad for the people who lost their lives and their homes.
What you're seeing and what you're not.
I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to figure out how we can, going forward, right? Going forward, how can we make this more prevalent? And I don't know. I think my best bet, or my best thought process, is any place that is a flood zone. Even if it's kind of like precautious. I would rather be precautious and be out of it than it actually happened. Yeah, so I don't think anybody thought it would get that bad. And I believe if, knowing that you've gotten 30 inches or 40 inches of rain and it's not seeping into the ground, knowing there's a river nearby, and knowing how the river's going to flow, and knowing where the water's going to come from, anybody that was up and down that river should have been mandatory evacuation. Mandatory. And I think a lot of lives could have been saved. I'm looking at preventative measures. What can we do to prevent this in the future? Right? We can't do anything to save any of those people, which sucks and it's sad. But what can we do as people to prevent this from happening in the future? Right? How can we try to save as many people as we possibly can? That's my thought process on it. Freaks of nature is always possible. Things like messed up stuff happens, right? But how can we help people in the future? Good morning, Miss Jessica. You get what I'm saying though? It's like I'm not pointing fingers at anybody because I don't know if this could have been prevented in any way, shape, or form. But if in case we know this happens, right, and we know it's a freaky nature, we know it's a thing that happens, and we know, like, I think that some people didn't know they were below flood level. Is it possible that a lot of those places didn't even know they were in flood zones? You know what I'm saying? And I believe that they should tell people if their properties are in a flood zone, right? So that they have an opportunity to get out of it if it comes to that. Like, I know where I'm at right now, I'm not in a flood zone, right? But my old house, I always had to watch because I had a lake. I also had lived by a creek. And when you live by any body of water, whether it be a huge creek, a small creek, a medium creek, you should always watch out for that, right? Because it can happen. Um, I know that I was close enough to highland that I'd have been all right. And when Katrina hit, we had the worst possible flooding in my area at that time. Katrina was a bad bitch. I'm just going to say that right now. She was a bad bitch. No, they don't. They don't tell us anything, to tell you the truth. Um, they don't really tell us much, Mr. Rubin. They always keep it close to the vest. And I believe if a true natural disaster was going to happen, they're not going to tell us. They're only going to tell the most important people, and a lot of us will be asked out. Like, if they knew a asteroid was headed to the Earth that would destroy most of it, and only a few people could be saved, they would only tell the most important people, and the normal, just everyday person would not be told. That is very true, Miss Gamecock Jenny. I will say that I think also being told you're in a flood zone could save your life. Like, if you know you're in a flood zone and you know you've had 40 inches of rain and that river can flood, those dams can explode, then you know to leave the area before it gets to that point, right? You could leave 2 weeks in advance or a week in advance to save your life. You know what I mean? To save your life. Okay, Mr. Buster, we'll check that out right there. Cause I mean, it's just it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart to see this happening, and it feels like, from an outsider's perspective, did anybody get a warning? Did they get told the truth? You know what I mean? Like, it does. It makes me think of what we can do to save lives in the future. What can we do to keep this from happening, to help others? You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking of that stuff.
Lorena Guillen, she and her husband owned the Blue Oaks RV Park and Restaurant in Kerrville, which was overtaken by the floodwaters on July 4th. Lorena, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. I know it's been a few days and you're still processing so much. I understand this business was your retirement plan. How are you and your husband holding up?
Well, we're holding the best we can with the support of our friends in the community. It's so amazing that it helps so much. I mean, I've got gotten so many hugs in the last few days than I had in a whole year.
No.
And that really warms my heart, you know?
If you wouldn't mind sort of walking us through what you went through. We understand you were woken up in the middle of the night by lights from rescue crews. What happened when you looked outside, when you went outside? What did you see happening at your park?
It was pitch black. My husband and I were running down the hill to the RVs, and all I can see was the lights of the rescue team. They had 2 boats, and they were trying to get into the river because there was, the RVs being swept away. And then the fire department was coming in, and my husband and I, I was banging on doors, my husband running to the water to try to save the family. The father was walking towards us, and he was holding his 2 babies. And he was trying desperately to get across. But the water was just very, very high at that point, probably around your waist. And my husband got into the water, like I said, and then a wave came and took them both. My husband kept yelling at him, "Throw me your baby." But it was just too fast, too much. My husband was lucky to be snagged by a rebar, so he could, he was able to get out.
But for some of those others, they weren't able to get out?
No, we lost. We had registered a family of 5, but we came to find out that there was only 4 in the camper because they were about to go pick up their daughter at camp the next morning. So we lost 2 infants and the parents.
It's just heartbreaking.
I do want to ask you a little more about, you have said in past interviews there was nothing to indicate that there was going to be a flood at your park. Was there anything that led you to believe you were all safe? Are there any questions you have for leaders about the warning systems in place?
I guess we get flash floods all the time. We have a lot of water crossings. They get flooded for any little bit of rain, and we all know what these low water crossings are. So we just go around them. We go to higher crossings, and it's just very normal. And with the amount of rain that we had that night, it was not something that you would have think otherwise. So we did get a flash flood alert. I actually drove down to the edge of the river around 2:30 in the morning, and I checked the water. I looked down at the river and it was fine. I even called the sheriff's department to find out what was going up upriver with the rain, and they had no information. What happened, it was just Mother Nature at its worst. And I don't think anybody could have predicted it because we are a very, very close community. I know the sheriffs, I know the police officers. They come to my restaurant with their families. We know each other. And I know that if anybody would have known anything immediately, I would have gotten a phone call or anything like that, because that's what we do. Anything like between our restaurant owners, if there is a suspicious individual, we call each other and we help each other out. So in regards to better alert, I don't know how can we gotten any better, maybe it's our own fault for having too many flash floods alerts. I don't know.
Lorena, I do also want to ask you about an employee of yours who we understand died while trying to rescue his family, and it just sounds like he was a hero to the end. Can you tell us more about him and what happened and how his family's doing?
Well, his wife, she's devastated, obviously. I've been talking to her, and we're gonna, we try to do the best we can to bring awareness to their situation, because they're just a couple kids with 3 beautiful babies trying to make it into this world. He was the sweetest, most polite, well-mannered kid. And it's just that night he left here close to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, we closed a little earlier because it started to rain, and I'm like, just go home, be safe. And I started getting the notifications some morning that he had passed, and it was just, I still can't believe it. The place where he was inside the restaurant, every time we all go by, it cringes your heart, and it's just unbelievable. I'm gonna see Christina tomorrow, and we're gonna get a little gathering here at the restaurant, just to try to comfort each other out.
Lorena, we are so sorry for your loss. We are thinking of you and your community. Please keep us updated on everything that's happening, all right?
And the way you're supporting those around you and who work for you is pretty incredible. Thank you.
Thank you. And please, we need help. That is the one thing I cannot express enough. We are a tiny, tiny little part of this entire devastation. It goes for miles and miles.
We are thinking.
Y'all, I'm over here pulling a Charlie again. I done told Watcher the other day when she did it, when she was talking on mute, she was pulling a Charlie. I did it again. With this kind of situation, it's like you think it's not going to happen. And that's why I think this was so devastating, is people were like, because I know we get flash flood warnings all the time. Right? And so I understand why people, they looked at the water, they go, oh, it's not that bad. But you got to think, when you have 20, 30 inches of rain, how it's going to affect the water systems around you, how it's going to affect the dams, how it's going to affect upriver. Like, here's the thing I'm going to explain. I was saying this the other day, and I'm obviously very heartbroken for all the people that have passed away. When I used to live by a creek, right, I wouldn't just think about what water hit that creek, because there were times that we didn't get any rain in my area, right? But upriver had a lot of rain. So up near Town Creek, which is what my creek ran into, like, okay, so here's how the creek systems work. And this is where I think educating the general public and helping them will help them understand more, right? And help them if they do live in a flood zone, right? And maybe this could help save some people. I'm not sure. So don't just look at your area and what rain you get. Okay, think about where your rivers come from and your creeks that you live by. Okay, I used to live by a thing called Chihuahua Creek. It fed from Town Creek. Town Creek fed from the Tennessee Tombigbee River, which fed from the Mississippi River and the Tennessee River, right? The Tennessee Tombigbee River flows from two different, it comes off the Tennessee and the Mississippi, right? The Tennessee River, if the Tennessee River floods, then the Tennessee Tombigbee River is going to flood, and then it's going to hit Town Creek, and then it's going to hit all the little tributaries below it, right? So I think that paying attention to how much rain you're getting, right? That's one. Have one of those little things outside your home. Y'all could get those that show how much rain you're getting. It's like a little tube thing, right? Yes, you can, Mr. Rubin. Let me make you a moderator so that you can do that. Because you have to be a mod to do that. So I'm gonna add you as a moderator, Mr. Rubin. Okay, so that you can post things. There you go. You're in blue now, Mr. Rubin. But it's a really sad situation in my opinion. It does dishearten me, and I'm wanting to know ways to educate the public, teach people about things, so that maybe in the future we can, you know, help that, you know, others won't get hurt and others won't have to go through this and feel pain or lose life, lose loved ones, lose things, right? And so that's where I'm coming from and thinking about it as you know, a human being or whatnot. If we pay attention to the um you know, if we pay attention to the rivers and we pay attention to the rain, and we know how much rain a system can take before it floods, you got to realize that when that water starts coming down like that, like 30, 40 inches of rain, the ground ain't gonna have time to soak all that up. After about 10 or 15 inches, the it's rolling off into the ditches, and then the ditches are rolling off into you know, the rivers and different things, right? And so you got to think about what's coming from upriver, downriver. Even if you haven't had that much rain, upriver had a lot, right? And so, you know, I'm trying to think of ways to save people in the future. There's nothing we can do or could have done to prevent or to stop this from happening, but there is ways we could try to in the future. Hey, Miss Joy. Hey, Miss Raditha. Hey, Miss Heidi. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to figure out. Um, I clicked it. It took me to the channel, Mr. Rubin. As you see, I'm looking at the channel right now, Woodward TV. Um, and it goes to their channel or whatnot. It's just the devastation that is happening in America. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about how many lives were lost. And it's crazy to think that we do a lot of times ignore warning systems because we have, like the lady was saying from the RV park, we get so many flash flood warnings, we get so many flood warnings that we don't stop to think about what happened and what is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And what could happen. We're like, oh no, it ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just another warning. I'm going to ignore it. But then you got to think about if you live in a flood zone, right? If you live in a flood zone. And I think that's where a lot of this is an issue is I don't think some people knew they were in a flood zone. Some of them I do believe they knew they were, but they didn't think that bad thing was going to happen. And that's what happened in the Smithville tornado that hit Smithville, Mississippi. It was an F5 tornado. And the sirens had been going off all that morning, so people ignored it thinking it was just the sirens were still going off. They were something wrong with them that day. They just kept going off all morning. And a lot of lives were lost that day. If you look at the Smithville tornado that happened in Smithville, Mississippi, a lot of lives were lost that day. That's a small community if you know anything about Mississippi and you know about Smithville. It's not a large community, and a lot of people were devastated, and a lot of people didn't make it. Like, it was around the same time that the Joplin, Missouri tornado happened, but Joplin, Missouri is a lot bigger than Smithville, Mississippi. Smithville, Mississippi is really small town USA. So for them to have almost the same percentage of lives lost is saying something because it's a small town. It's not big. I would play this, but I'm not sure if this person would strike me or not. So I don't know, you know, Mr. Rubin, if this person would hit my channel or not. So, Mr. Rubin, if you would like to post that channel, you know, and let people go watch it or whatnot, because I'm not sure if this person would strike my channel for playing this video or not. Um, it is a timeline of nightmares. It's by Woodward TV, and they're talking about what it seems to me. I'm gonna read their description box. It says, when looking at the big picture here, it seems pretty obvious that these events will continue to plague us. Will they get worse sooner than later? I don't know, but one thing seems clear: these events don't look like they're going to stop. Um, you know, and I know that in fair use doctrine I could, but I don't like disrespecting other content creators who work hard for their content, even if, without their permission. I'm just like that. Oh, I'm going to check it out when I have time. I am going to check that out when I have time. I am going to check that out when I have time. So Mr. Rubin did drop the channel if y'all wanted to, visit it. I'm going to share the link to that if y'all want to watch it yourselves. Um, but hey, Roddy Love, good morning. But that whole situation, you know, good morning, Red Wings Love, with like the floods and all the lives lost in the flood so far. They're saying I think 170 people, 170 people in lives lost. It affected Cary County, Travis County, and San Angelo. That's just that's just death toll rises to 120 in Texas, including Camp Mystic children. After flash flood, rescuers are desperately searching for at least 173 people who are still missing. So that death toll may be 270, 80, 90, 293 people because they're still searching for 173. 173 people. Do y'all, you know what I'm saying, are still missing, and 120 are counted dead. That means that's over 293 people. It kills me about the children. I think that is the one thing that really bothers me. Adults, yes, that's sad. Young adults and whatnot, but children who have not yet to live their life, children who have not yet, seen the world. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this right now. It just breaks my heart, and I don't understand why they didn't evacuate those camps with those kids way beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Way beforehand. It really breaks my heart. You know what I'm saying? It really does. Children, small children. I think that's the part that really gets me the most is the small kids, the children. Like it hurts me for the adults, but it really bothers me. You know what I'm saying about kids? Because kids don't deserve that. They were just at summer camp. They were camping. They were, just being kids, and it really does bother my heart. it is heartbreaking to see little children not be able to make it, and all those things. Um, and that's the part that really gets me. Uh, Also, um, you know, with these situations and these natural disasters, I will say, even in my area, tornadoes are getting worse. Like we've had the worst. We had one of the worst. Like we've the last 2 years, we've had like way more tornadoes than we've ever had, in the entire existence that I've lived. In my entire existence, I'm fixing to be 38 years old here in about a month and a day. Um, and I've never seen tornadoes like we've had. Never. I've lived here my whole life. We have had the worst over the since, I would say, it says in March of 2025, Mississippi experienced a devastating outbreak of tornadoes that resulted in significant destruction and loss of life. At least 3 fatalities reported in Tylertown, where 2 tornadoes struck within an hour following the same path. The storms caused extensive damage into homes and infrastructures, leading to multiple injuries and power outages across the affected area. Governor Tate Reeves declared a state of emergency in response to the severe weather condition and the impact of communities. These tornadoes were a part of a larger system of severe storms that affected several counties in Mississippi, prompting emergency response and recovery efforts. We have had the worst tornado, outbreaks over the last few years than we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? So this devastation for different things, like, um, we've had the most damage over the last few years than I've ever seen, in my entire life. Like I've never seen nothing like it. Like it's crazy. Like I'll show y'all something right quick. This is a tornado we had this year, near Tylertown. Like I've never seen the destruction and the decimation like we've had recently. When we talk about these things and everything, like even in my area, things are not like they used to be a few years ago.
This is out of Tylertown, Mississippi. My goodness, look at this, guys. Have you seen this video? Oh my goodness. Okay, so look, you can never know the rating of a tornado by looking at just looking at the damage and not actually being there. But based on that first video and some of what I'm seeing in this looks like EF3 plus to me. I feel pretty confident saying that. When you see debarking on the trees, when you see trees that are that large that are snapped, I mean, that's a very grim scene there in Tylertown. And by the way, Tylertown, Mississippi, this part of the video is just mind-blowing to me. Look at the complete destruction of some of those structures there, and that entire forest, like a heavily forested area, just completely wiped out. Almost every single one of those trees were snapped, completely snapped. That really is unbelievable. Haven't seen tornado damage like that in a while, I have to say, at least in a forested area like that. Very, very impressive tornado damage, a devastating tornado, possibly two tornadoes that moved through that area earlier on.
One that, if y'all saw when our weatherman, Matt Lampone, actually made CNN headline news when he said he was going to pray for him when the Amory tornado hit. Amory, you should have seen the damage for Aberdeen and Amory, Mississippi when that went through. It was crazy. I went down there and looked after the fact, like a week or 2 weeks after, and the amount of damage was crazy. We've had more F3s than we've ever had. Like I'm gonna tell you something. That was crazy. It hit Rolling Forks first, and then it came through and it hit Amory. And our weatherman said, please, Lord, help them. And that is absolutely, still a thing. Like we had the worst. That was on March 15th when they had of this year when they had the one in Tylertown. But it was last year, and Amory is still to this day rebuilding. Like there's still damage. You can still go down there, and it's been a year, 2 years, 3 years since the tornado hit, and you can still see some of the damage. That's the crazy part. Hey, Mr. MRH, good morning. Like the amount of devastation that's happening from natural disasters is looming, and I will say that Mississippi has had this year, last year, and a few years prior, it looked like a war zone afterward. It really did, babe. It when you see the destruction that happens from these natural disasters, it's devastating. So as we're talking about it, like think about like how much worse things have gotten when it comes to natural disasters over the last few years. Like tornadoes are worse, flooding is worse. Um, you know, it's like Mother Nature's pissed the fuck off at us. And that's what it feels like to me. I don't know about to y'all, but it feels like that to me. Like she's madder than hell. Um, and the destruction has been a lot more. Like Tornado Alley used to be a certain thing, right? But now it's, you know, it's crazy. Hey, Watcher, I hope you're having a good day, beautiful. I can sit there and look into that, Miss Roddy. How many floods, how many natural disasters have happened in 2025? We're just going to check 2025, right? We're not this leads into a pattern, but it says natural catastrophes losses in 2024. Allinex Risk Barometer 2025. Top 10 business risk natural disaster 24 the close year for Canadian times. I'm trying to look. This is an atlas map right here on natural disasters. I'm going to look into this and see if it's going to show us. And we're going to look at the data in the world. It says number of recorded disaster events from the 1900s to the 2023. I want to show y'all something. This is a graph that shows how it has went up instead of down. So I'm going to show y'all something right quick. This is the graph of like showing you how they have increased. This started in 83, right? And this right here is in 2000. And you see how it's just steadily going up. These are the disasters. This is a chart showing you how it has went and how it is going. You see that, right? That's the earthquakes, excluding extreme temperatures. All disasters 400. All disasters 410. All disasters excluding earthquakes 378. Flood 166 floods. Extreme weather 140. Earthquake 32. Wet mass movement 24. Drought 17. Wildfire 16. Extreme temperatures 10. Volcanic activity 4. Glacier Lake outburst flood 1. Dry mass movement no data. Fog no data. So that's, that is a graph to show you how like it has went up in natural. Like look at this right here. This is a table showing, okay, these are droughts. Okay, those are floods. See how the floods have went? Look at over here 1970 to 2024. In 2023, we had the most. They haven't put 2025 on here yet. Earthquakes, extreme weather. You see like how it's gone from nothing to something, right? To something significant. Just looking at the natural disasters and how they've went from under 100 to over 400, closer to 500. That just puts it into perspective right there of how much natural disasters are actually rising. This is the natural disasters that happened in just 2025 alone. Canadian wildfires ensures face growing pressure. So the Canadian wildfires happen. Sudden storm strikes Alexandria. Unprecedented flash flood hits central Nigeria. Flooding kills 5 in Algeria. Over 100 killed in DRC floods. Bad weather threatens Tunis agriculture sector. Kuwait, bad weather disrupts air and marine transport. Flash flood sweeps across Jordan. Dust storm hits Al Qasama province in Saudi Arabia. Noto earthquake cost for Japanese insurers. Cyclone Alfred in Australia insured loss estimate. Landslide kills 4 in Algeria. Natural disasters lost cost in Q1 2025. U.S. storms and tornadoes, at least 17 dead. Myanmar earthquake, estimated costs of claims for Thai insurance. Natural catastrophe in France. 5.2 billion USD is insured losses in 2024. Reunion Island, state of emergency declared following cyclone Grannis. Extreme storms and tornadoes rage across the U.S. Cyclone, like just this wildfires in Los Angeles, violent storms claim 14 lives in the U.S. Los Angeles fires, extreme cold and snowstorms in Canada, winter storm list in costliest events of 2024, like tropical cyclones, flooding. Like if we just keep going on, you know what I'm saying? Just like look at all this. More hurricanes, flooding, earthquakes. It just all the bad weather that's going on. This goes across the world, right? Across the world. That's just natural disasters that happen, some of them in 2024 or 2025. Just this list. This is just a list. And you see how much I'm having to scroll, right? So many deadly floods in China, deadly floods in Tanzania and Kenya. Texas ravaged by the largest wildfires in history. Turkey earthquake. Loss estimate. Taiwan earthquake. Japanese earthquake. There's a typhoon Yagi in Asia. I mean, just it's been devastation after devastation after devastation. You get what I'm saying? It's like the natural disasters are going up in frequency and not going down. What's Watcher up to? Let me see what she done posted on her community wall. Y'all know Watcher, she always into something, child. Let's see what she done posted on the community wall. Oh, okay. I see. Now, I do love the rainbow. I do love the rainbow. And I did hear them wish that it had hit you. And that's messed up. Why would you wish a natural disaster on anybody? Oh, y'all going? Oh, okay. You gonna go for your birthday to Viva Las Vegas? You have fun, girl. I know you got a lot of stuff to get ready before you go there. So that's probably what you're doing right now is getting everything ready to go. But you have fun in Vegas, girl. Don't get in no trouble. What? Go spend some money. Go. What? Yeah, that's pure evil, Miss Reditha, to wish a national disaster on somebody. Okay, I'll read it. I'll read it. I'll read it, Chad. Is it under the picture post? Hold on, let me see. Okay. Mr. Rubin said, that's funny. God was like, who is you to pray to me and hide your face? Sounds like something like this even happened in scripture, maybe. Mark was like, oh, well, sir, I'm X and I'm a master film creator and I wrote this amazing children's book. And that's when God woke up and Mark put him to sleep with his boring ass. And God was like, oh, it is right. Go take that ass whooping from my pupil watcher. And after that, I'll have your punishment for writing that stupid book about a desert animal getting lost in the effing desert. So Mark is all down and out. But before he leaves, God tells him, now look, there, Mark, where there's the big and Ruben Sanchez, it ain't like the guy is inconspicuous. What's wrong with you, boy? You dizzy or something? Mark, no, I'm just sensitive to motion. Blah. And God does this. And then tells him, should have done what Ruben is effing fixing to do. Mark, what's that? God, he's writing a brilliant book called The Whale That Gets Lost in the Ocean. As Mark runs out crying, I hate Ruben Sanchez. Mom, he's writing a better book than me. Did I do justice to it? Did I read it right? Did I give it the inflection that it needed, Mr. Rubin? That's crazy. I'm gonna say this, Mr. Buster. What's crazy is a grown ass man is always trying to attack women and scare, like, won't say much to a man, another man, but wants to attack women so damn much. He's always got Watcher's name in his mouth, Miss Betty's name. He's like, why Miss Betty didn't meet me? I bet she won't say it to my face. Why would a woman pull up to meet you? Okay, for a fight? You want to fight women? No, real men don't do that. Real men don't be talking about, I'm going to pull up to your house and you're a woman. That's some creepy ass shit. But look, I told this Miss Betty, make sure they all know you in fear for your life, baby. You in fear for your life. Put on the tears, baby. You scared. They trying to come to your house. And Miss Betty, we got to pray for you because these creepy men want to come up to your house and just, we don't know what they want to do to you, because you're a pretty woman and stuff. So, you might want to be in fear for your life. I'm just saying. If you feel me, you feel me. I'm in fear for my life, child. See, you got to do something like that. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And that way, if they do step forward towards you, I'm just saying they can go to jail for that. Sometimes you got to be in fear for your life. I hope Miss Watcher goes to Vegas and has a good old happy birthday. And I hope that she has a good time. And I hope that she parties. But why would you wish a natural disaster on anybody? Here's the thing. I don't like those motherfuckers, and I still don't wish that kind of terribleness on somebody. Because karma's a bitch. You're going to keep wishing bad things on other people, and that shit going to turn around on you. Because what you put into this universe comes back to you. When you wish bad on someone else, it comes back to you. Common sense dictates that if you speak it, remember your tongue has power. When you make it an affirmation in your life, it's going to come true. Keep on fucking around and find out. Keep on fucking around. You're going to find out. You're going to keep speaking that evil shit into the universe. And Jesus he going to set your ass down. He going to show you. Yeah, I bet you 101 he'd be peeking out the blinds. Mr. Rubin, could you imagine somebody peeking out the blinds with pantyhose on their face? Like, could you just imagine, like, being scared, peeking behind the blinds, hiding out, trying to call a popo on a woman because you're too much of a bitch? I'm just saying. I just for some reason I imagine him being that, like, like the squirrely motherfucker that's like geeking out on drugs, but it's just his personality. So he's not on the drugs. It's just his personality. But he's like looking around like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like a tweaker. Peeking out the window blinds and shit. Real men don't put pantyhose on their head either. I'm just saying. They use ski mask, motherfucker. Real men don't use pantyhose on their head. They use ski mask, okay? And really, like, because I ain't never tried to put pantyhose on my head, I got a question. Is that shit hot? Does that cause itching? Like, are you going to have a rash on your face? Because, like, I've had it on my legs before, and it's always itchy and hot, and I can't stand them damn things. When I was young and had to dress up and put on the pantyhose and all that shit, they were constricting, they were itchy, they were hot. Could you imagine having it on your face? And then you got to smell your breath all the time. What if your breath stank? Like, what if you didn't brush your teeth? Because, some people don't be doing oral hygiene like they should. What if the motherfucker don't brush his teeth and he got stanky breath and he having to breathe in that damn, like, his own smell? Like, ew. And then you're going to sweat in it on your face. And that's going to cause you all kind of issues. Like, you're going to have heat rash on your face. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, imagine if he got a yeast infection on his nose, his face, and stuff like that, and he broke out and had to go to the doctor and explain that he had pantyhose on his face. Like, think about that shit. Like, think about all the, like, rubbing of the pantyhose on the face and the nose and the eyes. Like, I wonder if he got an infection in his eyeballs. Hey, D-Ham Show Love, I hope you're doing okay. I've been missing you. Like, I wonder if he done got him an infection on his head. I'm just saying. Like, I know those things did not feel good when I was a kid. Right? Having to wear them on my legs. And that was just on my legs. Right? I couldn't imagine putting that on my face and wearing it like that. Can you breathe that way? I'm just asking. Like, what kind of, like, you have to smell your own breath all the time too? Like, I brush my teeth, but still, I don't know if that'd be a good idea. You got hot breath, you breathing in your own face. Like, couldn't that also give you carbon monoxide poisoning? Because you breathing in your own carbon monoxide at that point. You ain't breathing oxygen well enough. And could that cause brain damage? I'm just saying, if you wasn't getting the proper oxygen, can I speak? I got a, y'all wondering, I got me a cough drop. Because I like them Luden cough drops. They like candy to me. Could you not getting proper oxygenation to your brain? Could you get brain damage from wearing pantyhose on your head all the time? I'm just saying. Like, how'd that work? I'm hoping your new journey goes well, Mr. D-Ham. And I'm going to keep you in my prayers always. You know I always do. Because the load has got you. Some people, I think they need to go have more talks with Jesus and need to humble themselves, because Jesus said, no, you're not a good person. You need to sit on down. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was chewing. Y'all heard me chewing on my Luden cough drop. Sorry about that. I like my Luden cough drops. They so good. I apologize. See what had happened was a retrospect. Sometimes when my throat get dry, I like my Luden cough drops. But they some people I need to say a prayer for because they need Jesus. Like, here's another question. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna look up what can happen to you if you wear pantyhose on your face, and see if somebody's ever looked that up before. You never know. Google might know. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is what it says on Google for I'm gonna share this tab. Okay, this is what Google says. I said, what can happen if you wear pantyhose on your face? And it says, wearing pantyhose on your head can cause discomfort, issues speaking, and occasional obstruction of the eyes. However, a study from the University of Cambridge suggests that using pantyhose, tape, and rubber bands can make masks more effective. Scientists find putting pantyhose on your head. Hold on, we're gonna read this and see what it says. Oh, okay, but see, I'm talking about for the whole head, though. I ain't talking about for the mask. I ain't talking about from the mask. I'm talking about for the whole head. I want to know what can happen. I want to know what can happen. Like, can you get like infections? Like, what can happen? I don't know. Maybe he got mental issues. Let me put whole head. Can you get infections? And they're just talking about putting it. Oh shit. Oh, they're talking about STIs. Panty line infection. Oh shit. Allergic reaction or irritation, psoriasis, yeast infections, Lynching cirrhosis. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. They talking about you could get all kind of stuff. Oh Lord. But they're talking about where, oh Lord, you can get psoriasis. Wonder if that's why he went bald headed. I wonder if that's why he went bald headed, because he wore that too much on his head and now he bald headed because of it. Oh shit, it could lead to athletic foot fungus on your nose, I think. Oh Lord, sweet baby. Yeah, there's a dude who wears pantyhose on his head all the time, Mr. Red Wings. Sweet baby Jesus. Could you imagine if you had to deal with that all the time? Like you get foot fungus on your face. And was they clean pantyhose or did you use somebody's used pantyhose? Cause used pantyhose could have a lot of issues and a lot of infections. Infectious diseases and stuff. You got to be careful, man. That's how you get psoriasis, skin irritation, possible brain damage. It could cut off the oxygen to your brain. Like, you know, let me check out for you, Roddy, and maybe just your phone. And I don't know. No, it's just your phone, Roddy, because I checked it. Maybe refresh. Now it can also cause, think about this, if you have like pimply skin or you have like skin irritation or you bad about getting acne, it can make that worse too. Can make acne worse. Child, y'all need to stop putting them damn pantyhose on your damn heads. It ain't good for you. It ain't good for you. It ain't good for your face, baby. Your face need to breathe, okay? Your skin need to breathe. Now, did y'all ever notice when people were having to wear a mask all the time, that where the mask was, they broke out and shit? They like broke out and everything on their face because of having to wear their mask all the time. So imagine putting pantyhose all over your whole head. You're going to end up getting athletics foot. You're going to get yeast infection. You're going to get, you could possibly get psoriasis, all kind of shit. Don't put that shit on your face like that. No, and oof, Jesus. Hey, Mr. Jim Coddington, the best Jim that ever was the Jim. And look, ooh, thank you for the gift of membership. And it was given to Mr. Deham. Mr. Deham show got the gift of membership. But sweet baby Jesus. I want to know if it, how you speak through it. Like if you're talking, like you got to move your mouth and stuff. Like you don't put the pantyhose on your face. Just saying. Yeah, like think when having to wear their mask all the times and stuff, it causes issues. So you can imagine just having to wear or not having to, but you're deciding to put all that stuff on your face. Like your face has got to breathe. Your skin has to breathe. You know what I mean? Like, sweet baby Jesus. And I wonder if they was clean, fresh out the pack pantyhose, or they was somebody's used. I wonder if he got lung infections from that or something. Like, could you imagine, like, all day long you smelling your own breath? Like, my breath smell good, but still. What if you had just got done eating some spaghetti with some garlic? What if you had halitosis? I think some of them people do got halitosis. Hey, Miss Danielle. I know, right? We overweight. They call us fat, Mr. Rubin. Guess what? We still don't breathe like that. And we don't have a chronic cough neither. You need to go get that checked out, bro. Go to the doctor. Shit, something. You over here coughing and breathing like you 500, 600 pounds, like you one of them people on my 600-pound life going, you need to go get that shit checked out, bro. You got something wrong with your lungs. It's ain't. You know what I'm saying? Go to the doctor. Get some checked out. Shit. Might have a UTI in the mouth. You right about that, Red Wings. They might have a UTI in the mouth. They may have something wrong with their lungs. Bruh, go to the doctor. Shit. Don't run around here like that. Like, don't run around here, causing yourself all kind of health conditions and issues. You know what I mean? Just saying. Like, go to the doctor. Don't be running around here with halitosis. Get something done about it. Shit. Could you imagine though? Ooh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus. I'm gonna say this right now. Don't walk around here with rotten ass teeth in your mouth. Get that shit taken care of. Like, even if you got to save your money up, do what you got to do. Take care of your health. Health is wealth, baby. And how they gonna sit there and have like it? You hear somebody coughing like that all the time. Because I'm gonna say this: I smoke cigarettes, which is bad for you, and I don't have that cough every day. Y'all don't hear me on here coughing every minute of the hour of the day. Having a chronic cough like that is actually pretty dangerous and can be a lot of different things. You should totally go to the doctor and get that checked out. If you have a chronic cough, please get that checked out. Okay? Go to a doctor. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with your lungs. Something wrong. You talk about other people being on drugs and shit like that. Talking about you never do drugs, but for some reason you got a damn chronic cough and it ain't a good thing. Something wrong there. I know people on drugs that don't cough that damn much. Of course, I don't hang out with them, but still, shit. Think about how much they cough all the time. Like, chronic cough like that, you need to go get that checked out. I could talk for 6 hours straight and don't cough like that. He says it's the coffee creamer. I'm drinking coffee creamer right now. Right now. I'm drinking coffee creamer right now. And I ain't coughing like that. Why the hell you coughing so damn much? Something's wrong, damn. True. And nor do people have forever sniffles. You've only heard me sniff a handful of times. It's because my allergies was acting up. And it was like, once or twice? And I previously, because I told y'all I had sneezed like 6 times that morning. But you don't hear me doing it right now, do you? No, because I'm all right right now. My allergies ain't too bad right now. So forever sniffles and forever coughs and stuff, you need to go to the doctor, baby. Something wrong. Something wrong with you. I'm just saying. Go to the doctor. Get yourself seen. Something ain't right. You don't sniffle like that and cough like that for no reason. Need to go get some medical help, okay? Let's see what can cause that. I'm curious. What can cause sniffles? And let me spell that correct. And coughing all the time. Okay, so I just Googled it. Okay. And of course they're a constant runny nose. Okay. This is what they say. I don't know what rhinorrhea is, but we're gonna look it up. Runny nose versus stuffy nose. Rhinorrhea, runny nose, also called nasal drip, causes clear or colored mucus with you probably reaching the tissue. Blah blah blah. Deviated septum can cause that. The cartilage and the bone inside your nose are off center. The septum may be blocked part of the airflow in your nose. Enlarged or swollen terminites. Terminites are thin, bony structures inside your nose. Your terminites may interfere with nose breathing if they swell after a bad cold, sinus infection, or allergies. Chronic sinusitis, non-allergic rhinitis, medications. If you regularly take medications that have chronic runny nose, ask your doctor. Strong smells or scents, spicy food, stress. They may be stressed out because they said stress can cause it too. Weather changes, nasal polyps. So they may have nasal polyps. Large adenoids, which they took my bitches out, so I don't have them no more. But foreign objects in the nose. So if they have foreign objects in the nose, that could be causing it. Cerebral spinal fluid leak, which is a water fluid that surrounds your brain. That can cause it. Sinusoidal tumor. So a tumor can be a possibility. Here's the thing I'm going to say. You make fun of somebody for having brain surgery. You may be the next one that has to have it. You know what you, like I've said, what you put out comes back to you. So you making fun of somebody and laughing at somebody who had a sinus infection that turned into, something and may end up happening to your ass. But you need to see a damn doctor because something wrong. You don't just have runny nose all the time and sniffles and a cough, a really bad cough all the time for no reason. That's your body's warning sign saying something wrong. Now I have heard, I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs in my life. Um, but I've heard that if someone snorts stuff up their nose, and I've heard you can snort multiple things. Um, you know what I'm saying? That it would cause stuff like that too. I don't ever want to do drugs. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm better off. No, I'm good. But I've heard it through the grapevine that it can cause that. Oh snap! I mean that would make sense why he has the aggression and the crazy. I'm just saying. I heard it through the grapevine. Somebody had a tumor removed for the brain, honey, 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 and they lied about it. That's pretty. That may have actually really happened. You know what I'm saying? Well, they try to say all the time that somebody had spina bifida, pretty much, because that's what an open area in your spine when you're a baby is that you have to have repaired. If I'm not mistaken, that's spina bifida, correct? They're always making fun of one person with a weak jaw who they say has spina bifida. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't know why anybody would make fun of anybody for that. Like, that may be true. That may be true. Very well true. Very well true. I will say that common signs of having sniffles all the time, having a chronic cough, you need to go see a doctor and you need to be talking to the doctor about that shit because something wrong. Something very wrong. That's your body's warning sign that something is wrong. Okay? Because you could have congestive heart failure, collapsed lung, fungal infection, lung cancer, pulmonary edema, tuberculosis, Heschel hernia, lung infection. You could have GERD, you could have COPD, bronchitis, asthma, allergies. But, it could be a lot of different things for respiratory issues to have the croup like that. You know what I'm saying? When you're coughing like that all the time, that's like having whooping cough. You know what I'm saying? See, I have GERD, and occasionally it does cause me to have a cough every once in a while because of acid reflux, right? And all that. But I don't do it all the time. When you're coughing to that extreme, you really need to go see a doctor. Because congestive heart failure can cause an unrelenting cough. This cough may produce pink, foamy flame and usually worsens when lying down. It is most often accompanied by shortness of breath. A collapsed lung or a pneumothorax can cause a perpetual cough that often begins suddenly. In addition to cough, people may note shortness of breath as well as crackling breath, also known as crepitus. Fungal infections, fungal diseases such as coccidioidosis and histioplimosis and cryptopsychosis, among others, may result in chronic cough. Lung cancer. Roughly 50% of people with lung cancer have a cough at the time of their diagnosis. Pulmonary edema, when fluid gets on the lungs. And can be caused by heart failure and other conditions such as lung infections, neurological disorders, and medications. Tuberculosis is fairly uncommon, and you probably would have showed weight loss and night sweats in addition to chronic cough. But you should totally go to the doctor because something ain't right. And if you're using one of them vape pens to smoke or do things, those can also cause that. So be very careful messing around with them vape pens. I'm just saying. I know somebody who went down real quick doing that. Could be a deviated septum, which then you have to actually have that. But a deviated septum would only cause the coughing, not the cause the nose sniffles, not the coughing too. But if you have both together, you really should go get checked out. Cause something ain't right there. Something ain't right, baby. You don't have a chronic cough for no apparent reason, not all the time. That's not normal. See, and they did say a post-nasal drip, which is what they call it when you do drugs, can cause coughing like that. So that is the reason some people had it. But it can also be a serious health condition. So I'm telling you, from one human to another, you got a chronic cough that lasts longer than 8 weeks. You need to go see a doctor, cause something's wrong, and that ain't normal. Also, here's some things you can do: peppermint tea with honey, thyme and ivy leaf, bromelain. It often helps. It's found in pineapple, but obtained from the stem rather than the fruit of the pineapple. So you should totally drink some, tea and whatnot. I'm just saying. And maybe stop being so evil to other people, and it'll stop too, because sometimes it could be a karmatic, and karma's a bitch. Hey, Mr. Funboo. You ain't got no runny nose and constant cough, do you? We telling folk to go to the hospital if they doing that now. If they having the chronic coughs and the sniffles all the time, they need to go to the doctor. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of coughing. I got a runny nose and sniffles. So doctor, give me the news. Tell me what I gotta do. Do I need to stop the drugs and stop the sniffles? Ooh, doctor. Okay, sorry. Had a moment. Because, the doctor gonna tell you something wrong if you doing that all the time. Just saying. They gonna make me get the sniffles, and I didn't even have the sniffles this morning. Just thinking about it. Just like every time I think about that bug crawling across that damn screen on Johnny's video that time, I get the heebie-jeebies. And then people told me they was scared to set down their purses and shit, because, man, I can't do that. Let me run away like I stole something. I'm going to get the bug spray in the holy water. Because I'm going to need to spray bitches and throw the holy water on that ass. And I'm still saying, don't be no fool on here talking about you committed a crime. It's a gay ghost with a boner. Oh my God, child. Lord, sweet baby Jesus. I'm gonna say this, like, dog, I can't do the buggies. I can't do it. And that motherfucker was crawling across the screen while you trying to say. I would be super embarrassed if I woke up the next morning and found out that a roach had crawled across my screen and everybody and their mama knew about it. I would be super embarrassed. I wouldn't be able to sleep no more. I'd have like nightmares and scary moments. Hey, they could be getting what they call deep throat cough, Mr. Fumble. They deep throating so much that they got the coughuses because of the ghost boner going down their throat. So see what had happened was in retrospect, stop sucking so much ghost peen. I'm just saying. Maybe don't be deep throating no more, and maybe you won't get a cough. You know, they do have throat spray for that. I'm just saying. They do sell a numbing spray for your throat if you deep throat. I'm just saying. You know. So maybe, and my dog agreed with me. Y'all heard that, right? My dog agreed, and she said, "Yeah, y'all need to be doing all that no more. Maybe stop also meeting dudes off the back page and sucking peen, and maybe you wouldn't get a yeast infection in your throat, and that's why you got the cough. Maybe you got a yeast infection in your throat. Maybe you got an STI in your throat from sucking peen. I'm just saying, go to the doctor. It's not a shame to get it. It's a shame to keep it and not get tested. And don't be like my ex neighbor and get the shit so bad that it's insulin. I mean, it's penicillin resistant, and the shit eats at your brain, and your ass go blind in one eye. Okay, so go to the doctor and get tested. Shit, if you sucking peen from the back page, please go get tested. Just saying. Because you never know what you got down your throat. And you coughing and shit, your nose running. You know what I'm saying? You could have an STD in your throat going up into your nose and shit. And that's why it's causing all those issues. So, yeah, you may not be on drugs. You may have an STD in your throat. I'm just saying. Might want to get checked out for STIs. Maybe you got the burn in your throat. I don't know. That's syphilis. The syphilis. My ex neighbor that was one of the people on that interview. Pretty much had it so bad that they ended up getting the kind that you can't fix and you can't get the shot for, and it ate away at the brain and literally made them blind in one eye. And so they've since passed away. So rest in peace. You know, not speaking ill on the dead or nothing, but it killed him. And he was only 30, 38, 37 years old. So maybe get tested and don't run around here sucking pee from the back page. I'm just saying. Don't be doing drugs with people and sharing stuff. I mean, you be done got something that Ajax can't rub off. Just saying. I'm just saying, bro. Some of these people just be over here sucking from each other and screwing around and be done got something that Ajax can't rub off. You know, the one person told they had the 3 letters, but they sleeping around with Johnny, and Johnny act like he ain't getting it. Bruh, let me tell you something. The only way that the other person ain't getting it is if you're on the PrEP medication. So you better be on PrEP, baby, so you don't transfer it to somebody else. Keep your virals low. Because at any time them virals raise, somebody else going to get it too. Oh, no, they get it in real life, Miss Danny. It's crazy. I didn't even know. They going to get got messing around with some of that stuff. Don't be a lot lizard. This is a public service announcement. Don't be a lot lizard sucking peen in the truck stop parking lot, because you going to get something that Ajax won't rub off. And please get yourself tested. It's not a shame to get tested. Go get tested. You need Jesus, a doctor, and some penicillin in your life. Breaking news, y'all. You need to go get some penicillin in your life. Because that's why y'all ass got that cough and that runny nose. Y'all just all sucking each other's peens around there and eating each other's cooties. And y'all got cooties and it's spreading like wildfire. Everybody, make sure if you go around any of these people that you stay 10 feet. Tell the bitches to stay 10 feet. They can't get within 10 feet because they got the cooties. And tell them you got the bug spray in the holy water. And you protected in the blood of Jesus, and you ain't getting that shit. Tell them stay 10 feet, damn it. You don't want none of that cooties, none of they crabs, none of they body lice to jump on you. I'm just saying. Don't eat their food if they prepare it. Don't let them cook for you. Stay covered in the blood of Jesus. Don't get near them. They talking about meeting all up all the time. You think I want to hit you, get something on myself, and possibly expose myself to dirty blood? Are you crazy? I ain't trying to catch nothing from your ass. Talking about fighting somebody. Shit, you accidentally hit them, they cut your knuckle, and then you got something from them? Hell no. It ain't even worth fighting them. Be done got something on yourself? Jesus, no. Be done fought somebody, had to go to the hospital 5 seconds later. Got exposed to some bullshit. And you know they're gonna run like a little bitch. Why you want to fight somebody who ain't gonna fight? That don't make no damn sense. Think about it like this. Why you gonna try to fight somebody who gonna run in and hide like a little bitch anyway? But I wouldn't want to fight him anyway. I'm gonna tell all my good men out there that are good men in this app, don't try to fight them motherfuckers. They probably got some Ajax won't cut off, and then you gonna accidentally catch it, and then no, Oh my God, no, he didn't do a dance video. Oh my God, why do I in my head see him just doing the like a workout thing where you're doing left and right, and it makes, you know, like when somebody's practicing a dance and it don't look right? Why do I think that's him really dancing in my head? Like he think he doing something. At least I can dance. Shit, I may be fat, but I can fix my fat. Can you fix your ugly? No. I could lose weight, bitch. You can't lose your ugly. I'm sorry, but the ugly stick hit you all the way down that tree. You fell from the top all the way to the bottom, and every branch on the way down hit your ass. At least I can fix my fat, baby. I can fix that. I can lose weight at any time. But you can't fix ugly, bitch. You look like you do. A lot of these folks look like they should be in a horror movie in real life and look like somebody done did the FX makeup to them, but it's how they really look. And you can't lose that stupid either. I'm telling you, that, and not just stupid, ignorant and beyond ignorant, and refuses to learn. They ignorant and refuse to fix it. No, Mr. Rubin, hit him with a stick. You don't want him getting 5 feet of you. Remember, you can't let them get too close to you because they got cooties and shit. So you got to hit them with something with an arm reach and be like, don't get near me, bitch. You got cooties. Yeah, no. You hit them with a long stick so they don't get near you. Oh yeah, and Mr. Rubin, you didn't hit nobody. You didn't do that. You fell because your leg gave out, and you were just so distraught, and your leg was hurting so bad, and you were trying to run away, but you accidentally fell. You know, you're disabled, and you're hurt, and your leg gave out. God forbid if they had over sword. That's right, Miss Danny. God forbid. Sweet baby Jesus. I ain't getting close to them motherfuckers. We done got body license, some other shit. I'm good. I'm good. You better stay 10 feet back. I'm gonna hit you with a stick. I'm gonna hit it where I push you away from me too. Don't get close to me. Them bitches can jump. I ain't playing with you. We got lice and all kind of body lice and shit and crabs. I'm good. I don't need that shit. That's why they do the crab leg show, because they got crabs. That's why I got my bug spray and holy water. I'm good. I ain't getting the crabs from nobody. I'm good. Ooh, that's a good one, Mr. Rubin. Every breath he took is one less he'll get back. I swear sometimes listening to them makes my brain cells die. I feel so stupid sometimes listening to them. Like, it makes my brain cells go doo doo doo. Like my brain does that little function. Like on remember when the dial-up used to make that sound when people would interrupt the internet? My brain does that when I listen to them speak. My brain makes that sound. My brain just go, ooh, no. Listening to them for more than 5 seconds, I feel like my brain it can't handle it. It can't handle it because it's so stupid. My brain cannot compute nor process that stupidity and that dumbass shit. Hey, Trizzle Love. Also, good morning, Miss Danny. But yeah, no, see, Mr. Rubin, what you do is you say, "Oh my God, I fell. You know, I'm a disabled citizen. Oh my God, you know, my leg gave out." But you gotta be careful, Mr. Rubin, because if you follow them bitches and you get something, you know, we gonna have to, you know, no, we can't let you get something from them nasty motherfuckers, because you know they don't take baths. You can tell they stink through the screen. They just got that stanky look to them, you know. Like the ass, they don't wipe their ass good enough. They're walking around with brownie stains in the drawers. You know, they walking around with what's that other thing they always say? With duty balls and shit. And I know ain't no woman ever gonna suck their little tiny penis because they probably got something on it too. And it probably stank. They probably don't wash their balls. Walking around here with ball sweat, stanky nutsack problems. I'm good. I don't even want to be near you with your halitosis breath ass. Because you know that one motherfucker, I ain't even going to say a name. Y'all can all guess in chat who the fuck got halitosis. You can tell that motherfucker got halitosis. I bet his breath stank like a motherfucker. I bet it smell like straight up ass crack. Smelled like something crawled up in that motherfucker and died. Hell no, I'm good on the halitosis breath. I can't do rotten mouse. I can't. Then you don't walk by another one and you got some fucking crabs and some body lice. I'm good. You know they got bed bugs too if they got cockroaches. I'm good. I don't do critters. No, thank you, Jesus. No, thank you. I'm good. You know they make shit for that, right? You can buy it at Walmart. Just saying. You know, you could call 1-800-Terminex. I mean, I'm just saying. I can't do no cootie mac. I can't do it. I can't do no halitosis breath. I can't do no stanky motherfuckers. Take a bath, wash your ass, please. Please wash your balls. Keep them nice and clean. Scrub your ass. Make sure no duty stains. Wash your underarms. Make sure you put some deo on. We can't stand your body odor. Keep it to yourself. Okay. We don't want to smell you. Okay. And y'all know it's hot as hell in some areas right now. Ugh. And could you imagine if you had that pantyhose on your face and you had halitosis and you was having to smell that shit? Oh God, little sweet baby Jesus. I'm good. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I'm good. Now, Mr. Rubin, you accidentally failed. See what had happened was in retrospect, and now you got to sue because you failed. But I think, you know, that's another thing. A motherfucker said on my community wall, one of my posts, "You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't got money for a lawyer." Motherfucker, do you realize if somebody wants to take out criminal charges, you don't have to have a lawyer, stupid? And why would you try to sue somebody who don't have a pot to piss in? That makes absolutely no motherfucking sense whatsoever. You ain't got sense God gave a jackass. Not a nail nutter. You got one brain cell left and it's barely hanging on. It's barely hanging on. That little one brain cell be up in there by himself all the time. Just barely hanging on. He barely hanging on. And why do I think of some of these people? I don't know if y'all ever seen that thing of where on what was that show? Scary Movie where they opened up the one dude's brain and all it was that little person in there running around going, ah! Why do I think some of their brains is like that? Let me see if I can find that clip, even if I have to cut that clip out. The movie Scary Movie. I'm gonna try to find this scene. Here it is. Here it is. This is what sometimes I think some of their brains be doing. I swear to God. Hold on. Let me get to it so y'all can see. Hold on. I got to get to the exact part where they cut his brain open. This is what I think some of their brains be doing sometimes. This is literally it right here. I'm going to show y'all. This is what I think their brains be like. I swear to God. Like they ain't got a brain cell left one. God help them all. Jesus. Let me share this one.
What the fuck? Be juicing out. This is juicing out. This is your brains on drugs. Oh shit, son.
And that is what I think some of their brains be doing. Just this is what it look like when you open their brain. Just for real. Watch. That's what your brain look like on drugs. Oh, let's watch that again.
Oh shit, son. What's going on?
Answer, please. No. Oh.
What the fuck? Be juicing out. This is your brains on drugs. Oh shit, son.
For some reason, that's what I think some of their brains be saying. Hey, Miss Candace, good morning. That's what I be saying some of their brains be doing. That's probably where he got it. That's probably where he got it, Mr. Rubin. And Mr. Rubin said, I just thought about this. He wears them pantyhose so the person that punched him and made him shit his pants won't see him and start talking shit about him. Try to hide his face so that person won't find out. Hey, TNW Logger Love. But I don't know why. That's what I think of some of them. When every time I think of some of them talking and stuff, this is what I think their brain look like. That's what I think their brain be doing. That's the last brain cell left for them that's trying to think right now. It's the last one, y'all. That brain cell holding on by just a ledge, by a hair of their chinny chin chin. That is true, Miss Candace. That is true. Even if they don't have a pot to piss in, they're going to have to find it, pull it out their ass. That is true. But, you know, I ain't wasting my money to have to go after some motherfucker that ain't got a pot to piss in. I want somebody that's got some money. I'm just saying. But that's what I be thinking they brain be like. That one little brain cell that's going left. And you ever seen the one on Osmosis Jones where the brain cells are running around and everything's going haywire and stuff like that? I think some of their brains be like that all the time. I'll be thinking about Osmosis Jones sometimes too. That was actually a pretty good movie. Did I just sniffle and I ain't even got a runny nose just because y'all, we've been talking about sniffling? Y'all ever notice that too? Like if you start talking about bugs, you start itching and you ain't got shit, but you just start itching because that shit make you itchy and just make you feel rough and make you get the heebie-jeebies. Just thinking about some of them people give me the heebie-jeebies. I just be getting the heebie-jeebies, y'all. I be like, ugh. Could you imagine having to look at that mouth and kiss that mouth every day? Oh, thank you, Mr. Jim Cottington, the best Jim that ever was. And Trizzle got that. What up, yo, Trizzle? Got that gifted membership. Sometimes I be thinking about, I can't do it. In retrospect, I'm gonna pray for you. Bless their little heart. Bless them. Let's just bless them. I know some of them I don't think got brains, but I'm saying some of them got like one brain cell left. They got like one brain cell left. And that brain cell, you got to think, they got to have just enough brain cell to be able to survive. But when it comes to thought processes or higher learning, they ain't got that. That done ran away a long time ago. That's why they don't think anybody else is educated, because technically they're not educated. So they project their insecurities on everybody else. If you really think about it, that's the truth. Everything they've said about somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That is pretty much them projecting. You know what I'm saying? It's them projecting all their insecurities onto other people. Projection is a motherfucker, bro. Talking about everybody else is this, that, and the next thing. I love the way they call me a fat bitch. I love being fat, and that took a lot of groceries to do that. I ate a lot of good steak and beans, and well, not beans, well, baked beans, because I don't really do other beans, and cornbread and fried chicken to get that. And my man to love every minute of it. You just wish you had somebody in your life that loved you like mine loves me, but you don't. That's the sad part about your life. You ain't got nobody in it that really gives a fuck. They could care less. They would walk by if you were on fire and go, oh, damn, they're on fire. You see that shit? See, I don't even know if I would light my cigarette off their burning corpse, because I'm scared I might get something from it. Hey, Miss W, love. I'm scared if I even tried to light my cigarette off their burning corpse, I might get a disease. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared I might actually get a disease. Like, I don't even want to walk by. I don't even want to breathe the air off that fire. Like the smoke coming off that fire. I might get something. You know? Yep, no one will mourn them when they're gone. In fact, the only reason anybody would even go to their funeral is to make sure that they're actually gone. Ain't that sad to say that the only reason people will go to your funeral is just to make sure you're actually dead? Damn. They don't give a fuck what happens to you. You know there's going to be exactly one person at that funeral just to make sure they did. And nobody else going to be there. They just make sure they ain't even there because they care or they say it. They there just to make sure. And then there's going to be people shitting and pissing on their grave. Disrespecting the shit out of it. Spray painting loser on their damn tombstone. And they're gonna be doing just like when somebody walked across that graduation stage. They're gonna be booing them. You know, when I walked across the graduation stage, I got claps. I got woo woo woo, yeah. I didn't get booed from my whole class when I walked across the stage. I wasn't hated in high school. I wasn't hated that bad. You got to be hated pretty fucking bad for the entire school to hate you and boo at your graduation. You got to be pretty hated. Think about that shit. You got to be pretty freaking hated. Oh, yeah, that's right, Miss Candace. I didn't even think about that. Mr. Fumble got me that one. Yes, I totally got it. I did. No, I'm just kidding. There ain't gonna be no funerals. I just thought about that. They gonna get put in a pine box like a pauper's funeral. You know the pine box that they put people in when they ain't got nowhere to bury them? When nobody comes and claims the bodies because nobody gives a fuck? Oh, shit, I just thought about that. They're gonna be in an unmarked grave, dog. I just thought about that like a pauper's. Hey, Catfish Love. Like a pauper's funeral. You know when they put them in the little pine box and they just throw them in a hole? Or they don't even embalm them or nothing. They just throw them in a hole, dog. Damn. Shit, you just got applause 5 seconds ago, Mr. Rubin. You didn't get booed. Hell, I get applauded every time I shit. Let me walk to the mailbox. I can get applause before I get a boo. The only time bitches say boo is when they scary little bitches. Say boo, bitch, see what happened. If you feel froggy, jump, ho. Jump, bitch. Okay, I'm just sorry. My crazy side just popped out for a little bit. I apologize to y'all. They be hating on people's sideburns and all their pretty hair. You know, and people just looking cute as shit and stuff. I love that new did y'all see Miss Betty's new video? Or was it Miss Betty? Yeah, it was Miss Betty. Did y'all see her new video? She did a good cut. Miss Betty did. She did a good one. I like that one. I like it because a cut of how many times they say people's names in one thing. That was a good cut, Miss Betty. If you see that was a good one. That was a good. We're gonna have a girls' night. I gotta show it, y'all. Miss Betty, I know you're probably not here, but I know you don't mind me showing it, but I gotta show it. I gotta show it. I like this cut a lot. This is one of my favorites that Miss Betty did so far. You know, I like a lot of her cuts. This is awesome.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
We're gonna have a girls' night. You got the sand in the feet. We're gonna have a girls' night. Lincoln Kane, we're gonna have a girls' night. You got your sand in your feet in the sand at the beach. Need money. Money. You got the sand in the feet.
You got the sand in the feet.
Fucking thing wrong at all.
That's a good one, man.
Lincoln Kane.
And they want to keep on talking smack about Barbara Buffalo.
We're gonna have a girls' night. You got the sand in the feet. We're gonna have a girls' night. We're gonna have a girls' night.
Girl Ryan wants to talk about Barbara Buffalo.
You got the sand in the feet. You got your sand in your feet in the sand at the beach.
Jim does not do a fucking thing wrong at all.
You got your sand in your feet in the sand at the beach.
And they want to call Texas Granny a Texas Tranny.
You got the sand in the feet. We're gonna have a girls' night. We're gonna have a girls' night.
Jim does not do a fucking thing wrong at all.
That's a good one, man. That is a good one.
And they want to call Texas Granny a Texas Tranny.
You got the sand in the feet.
Shut the fuck up already. Say, hey, you know what, guys? Stop talking about people over here because we don't talk about y'all over there.
That's a good one, man. That is a good one.
Betty Hayward, fumble nuts. Hate to repeat this again. Betty, you do this and it's kind of weird. Thanks, Betty. Laying the pipe. Candace Howard's fumble nuts. Danielle, fumble nuts. If I just went to Danielle's just to buy some gas. I mean, Betty, you don't make any sense. Danielle, Betty Hayward, Brandon Havel. What were you doing that day?
No, that's a hater wheel, bro.
Hater wheel.
Candace Howard up there. Keep that garden.
The hater wheel is right here. Here's the hater wheel right here. He sent me a picture of Snooks for the hater wheel.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to Sancho and Danielle? Whatever happened to Betty Hayward and that laying pipe?
I heard about Danielle.
We showed your divorce records. Fumble nuts. Where's Easterling Martin? Where's Kaylee? Candace Howard. Where's laying pipe? Did Easterling Martin come in from Mississippi to Florida? Where's Ruben Sanchez? Fumble nuts. Kaylee. Salty's very interesting. Fumble nuts. Twin Mama's fumble nuts. Like what Betty Hayward and them are like in real life. Because watch her crazy. Danielle. Now would I show up to a gas station in a mask? Fumble nuts. Betty, here's what you should do. Brandon Havel. Is Danielle going out with Sancho anymore? Where's Betty Hayward? Sancho, Candace Howard with Kaylee's. Candace Howard? Where's Betty Hayward? Where's Danielle? Oh, watch her crazy. Instead of helping these people out, you got the sand in the feet. You got your sand in your feet in the sand at the beach. Betty Hayward. Kaylee, are you his girlfriend anymore? You got the sand in the feet.
I'm going to say this, Ms. Reyes. I had no idea exactly how many haters you and Jim actually have. It's just, that's insane. So
Kaylee is Kaylee. When Betty Hayward, hey, Danielle, let's see you say that to my face and not Mr. X, the other guy. Let's see if when I walk up to you, I guarantee you won't. I don't see Sancho. I don't see any of these haters. Twin Mama, why'd you have fumble nuts in your chat? Thank God Jim is slow as he is. But if you're a Danielle and Twin Mama's gone and laying the pipe and Ruben Sanchez, Kaylee, Candace Howard. Kaylee, Rolling Stone contacted me several months ago and wanted to follow me around and do a documentary series. Where's Candace Howard? Danny Elm. Fumblenuts had a YouTube channel way before Jim Terry. Fumblenuts. We're done with the Fumblenutses. Twin Mama, Haley's dad, Robbie doesn't even do that. Fumblenuts, Lacey H, Haley, fuck Lacey H. The fuck, who's Fumblenuts? Twin Mama, Haley's Betty Hayward, it's like Betty Hayward, just like Salty Pancakes, just like Bodger. So you can give it to Fumblenuts and Betty Hayward, and right, Twin Mama, Twin Mama, Twin Mama, a trailer.
Haley, go.
Fumblenuts don't want nothing to do with it. Buster Branham is Twin Mama. Do I need to get into specifics?
Oh my God, what the fuck?
That cut is a straight up banger. It is, man. I could just sit there and listen to it and like, I feel like I'm at a rave. Yeah, I feel like I'm at a rave. I feel like I'm at a rave. I really do. I don't know, man. I don't know who Fumblenuts is, man. I don't know. I swear. And Mr. Rubin, they can't say Sanchez. Like, they can't say your name correctly. That's like, hello. Hey, Mr. Eric, how are you doing? Miss W, beautiful, how you doing? Yeah, it may be a problem when the smartest person is, when the smartest person is not the smartest person. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. Oh snap! What's going on here? But I just love the cut that Miss Betty did, because I swear to God, like, that was the best cut ever. It was just like, and she chose the perfect beat behind it too. And it was like, I want to dance to this. Like, this sounds pretty good. Go ahead, Miss Betty. Like, what? That shit was hilarious. She actually did a perfect cut. Like, she did good on that video. She really did. I want her to know that. Like, that was a banger for real. And you can tell I was on there when it first came out with my laughing emojis, because I was laughing so hard. Right. Because I couldn't help myself. But that was a banger right there. That was a straight up banger. Oh, and Miss Candace, you had your feet. I can't even say it wrong. How do you not know feet in the sand? How do you say sand in the feet? How do you get that backwards? It's almost like you got dyslexia, bro. Like, even I can't say it wrong. You had your feet in the sand? That's just a normal saying. Like a normal saying? How do you fuck that up? I just want to know. How do you mess that up? I don't know why every time he said that, though, I was trying to, for some reason, the song by Kenny Chesney kept going through my head. Oh, yeah. She got cute little toes and little fingers, and she be having her little toes and fingers done perfect, man. I'm like jelly over her damn nail polish and how she keeps it from chipping. Cause my ass can't keep that shit from chipping, so that's why I don't go and get my nails painted and shit. Cause within 2 or 3 days, the shit's already chipping for me. Cause I do too much. I do too much outside work and shit. I can't keep it cute. Now my toenails will stay cute for a while, but my fingernails won't. Within 3 or 4 days, it's already chipping and shit. Now I heard that Watch Her Crazy has somebody's feet pics, and I heard that it looked like they could climb a tree with their toenails. I'm just saying. I heard that somebody had sneaky linked hit her with some foot pictures, and they look rough. I'm just saying, if y'all ain't know. Child. Look like a bitch could climb a tree with her toenails. That was what Miss Watcher said. I'm just saying. Said that somebody got some fucked up feet. That's all I'm saying. And I wonder if anybody got like 3 nipples over there because they got problems with their genetics. I hope I did, Race and Love. I hope I did. I was being a little stupid today. We do have to go in a little bit. I do have to get off here in a minute because my son has his appointment this afternoon about his liver. So we will be doing that this afternoon. If I find out anything, the doctor say anything, I'll let y'all know tomorrow for sure. That is true, Mr. Fumble. They just mad because the pretty women won't look at them. They super angry. They really wanted one of y'all women, y'all beautiful women, to look at them and Hey, church lady. Oh no, I'm gonna tell you something. What's gonna happen, Miss Danny? We're gonna be all old as shit and still laughing about it. You remember that one time that motherfucker said such and such a hey, it's a crazy purple curvy lady. How you doing? Do you remember when that crazy motherfucker said such? Swear that was funny as hell, wasn't it? Do you remember when that motherfucker fell off that damn thing and busted their face? Hell yeah, I remember that was funny as hell. We're gonna be laughing. They're gonna do some more stupid shit. We're gonna get to laugh at it. We're going to get our popcorn on. We're going to get our drink on. And we're going to be, I had my Dr. Pepper. Some people going to have that coffee. I got my coffee right now. But some people going to have that coffee. They Dr. Pepper. They whatever. Because I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol whatsoever. So I'm going to have my Dr. Pepper and my popcorn. And I'm going to be laughing. 20 years from now, I'm going to laugh at sand in the feet. Because how do you get sand in your feet? How do you get it in your feet? Oh, you make sure that you have a good time camping, racing stars, and have fun with the family. See, that's something other people can't say, that they actually went camping and did something, because they don't never touch grass. They too scared to walk out the front door, always looking over their shoulder, worried somebody gonna knock them smooth the fuck out. Well, see, I got the gel nail polish too, Miss Candace, and I got this pretty Chinese lady, I don't remember her name, to do my nails, and she did a perfect job. My toenails stayed cute for a while, but my fingernails, man, those bitches was chipping within like a week or two. Shit. I'm like, like within, like right after it started chipping that same afternoon or next 2 to 3 days. I was like, son of a bitch. I just can't keep that shit right. I don't know why. But now I love getting fake nails. They last for a while. Yeah, make sure you get you some off spray because them damn mosquitoes be annoying as fuck. And we need off spray for some of these mosquitoes on YouTube. They're just annoying as fuck. We need to spray them with some off spray. To see, that's why I tell y'all I got the bug spray, because some of these people are like bugs and we need to spray them. Keep the bugs away. Spray them bitches. Spray. That's why I got the holy water to rebuke the demons and the bug spray to rebuke the little bugs away. Some of the people you got to spray with the bug spray and the holy water because they need both. Because they like mosquitoes and gnats. You know what I'm saying? They're just annoying as fuck. They like little flies. And it's like you can't get rid of them motherfuckers. Some of them is like little piss ants. Well, see, Mr. Fumble, I think the person with the chronic cough and the runny nose might have hand, foot, and mouth disease, and they could possibly have the Hep C's, and the Hep B's, and the Hep A's, and all the things. There's something wrong with them. They got something wrong with them. They got the crystal mephises, and they don't got the hoot, cough. Something wrong with them. Something wrong with some of them. Some of them people's got meth in their mouths, and they got the chronic coughs because they got the they be doing the a little too much. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the church said, leave that shit alone. Bad, bad, bad. Stop doing drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are bad. Didn't you learn anything from South Park telling you drugs was bad? Okay. I'm just saying. Drugs are bad, okay? Okay. Stop doing them drugs, sisters. Stop drinking them half a beer. Not good for you. Just saying. They didn't learn nothing from South Park, y'all. They got problems. They need to stop going so much. I'm just saying. They need to quit sniffling so much. Quit sniffing. Don't be sniffing shit. You know, just bad for you. But I'm going to see y'all later. I got to get ready in a minute to go to that doctor's office for my son. Y'all say a prayer for him. I love you all. I'll see you on these streets. Huggies. Thank you all for being here. And bye.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the TUPELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, checking seat banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training around on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800, watching out for them rubberheads that be stanging around on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging around on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about around 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse play it out. Remember the blue apartments when OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, saw blue a big Anthony Hughes and Pee.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm reppin' my